Alright guys, here's the fish fillets that I made cut out from yesterday, and now I'm going to show you how to take the bones out. So I'm hoping that this will work well. So first of all, I left a bit of a fin on here, which is fine. I'm just going to cut the fin out. Try and make it nice and even. Okay. Here's your fish fin. I don't know if you can see that very well. That's him. Garbage. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna, this is all gonna come off anyway, but. Now, the trick, same when I filleted, my knife hand stays clean. This is the hand that does all the work. Alright, so, actually gonna turn it around. So all of this right here is bones. Okay, this is actually the lining for the stomach. It holds all the guts and everything in there. And here's the end. You see where the bones are there on the end? So this is the line where the bones begin. You can feel them, they're sharp, they go all the way in. This is the hardest one to get, is this one here. So all I'm gonna do is turn my knife, rather than being up and down, I'm gonna turn it sideways. And I'm just gonna use probably this end of it and go underneath those bones. You can push up and feel it. And I'm just gonna keep, I'm almost doing like this motion. Pushing up against the bones. You can hear it. And I'm gonna cut up under there. And I'm gonna get this end one. He's hard to get. Sometimes you just gotta start it off there. Okay. And then I'm just gonna keep running my knife along that line, making sure that my blade is staying underneath all of those bones. Okay. And you don't want to be cutting down, because then you're going to cut right through your fillet. Okay. And then eventually you get to a point where you can lift it like that, and you can run your knife, as you can hear, along those bones. Now down here they'll get kind of short. You want to make sure you don't miss any of those. Those are the ones where you all of a sudden start picking bones out of your teeth when you're eating the fish. Okay. Sometimes these end ones will be good. You can just start peeling them off. Let's go with this piece here. And you should be able to see your knife on the other side. That's how thin of a layer we're pulling off. Okay. That's gone. See how I can see my blade under there? That's all bone free, and then we'll do this piece. So usually it comes off in one strip, but you see how you can see where my blade is underneath there? Here we go. So all of the rib bones are gone now. Now I'm going to turn it back around, and you can see this white line right here, though the dotted line, those are bones. Okay, you can feel them if you go this way. We want to take that out, and they actually, it's called a Y bone, they actually run out this way into the meat. So I'm actually going to go on top, and you should be able to hear it. Okay, there you go. Oh, this one's big fish, all the way to the end. So you can see how thick of a chunk of meat that is. I don't want to lose that. So now I'm just going to make sure that that's all the way down. Now I'm going to turn my knife again on an angle, and I'm going to push away and just try to ride my knife along the top of those bones. And you see all the bones down in there? Okay, and I'm just pushing my blade flat down like this along the top of the bones until I get to the end. Okay, some people will cut this piece right off, and that'll be a separate piece. That's usually what we do. Some people leave it on, they don't go all the way through. I don't waste my time with that. You get all the same amount of meat anyway. And there is one bone-free piece of meat right there. Now, I gotta get these bones out of here. So here is the ridge line. I'm actually gonna go here and try to cut underneath those bones. And you'll be able to feel them and hear them with the end of your knife. Okay, so now I have a slit in here. So now same when we took those rib bones out. I'm just gonna push up against the bones, and you should be able to see your knife underneath those bones. There. And we take out that thin, tiny little strand of bones. So the bones are all in there, those little white lines. Those are all bones. That's garbage. And now, you just feel along. Nothing in there. This is a bone-free piece of meat. Now I need to take the skin off because jackfish have scales. You don't want to eat those. So this is the only part where I waste a little bit of meat. Okay, I'm gonna go to the tail end here. I'm gonna cut this way to save as much meat and then cut my knife back underneath there. Okay, now I'm gonna hold on to this tight. I'm actually not even gonna move my knife. I'm gonna hold my knife down strong like this against the cutting board, and I'm gonna move the fish. Okay, it's called skinning it. I'm gonna go underneath here, and I'm gonna move the fish back and forth. Now you don't want your knife to go down angle like this or you're gonna end up cutting through the skin. You want it to lay flat. Okay, and you're just pushing down. Ah! Mayday! Mayday! We're okay, people. We're okay. All right, anyway, hey, now the light's on. That's nice and bright. Okay, sorry, I hit the stand or the tripod. All right, here we go. I'm gonna move the fish, not the knife. Eventually catch up here. Now, if you were filleting this fish at home, or sorry, at the lake, and you wanted to transport it home, you have to leave what's called a skin tag. So right here, you have to leave about 2 inches of skin so that if you get stopped by a conservation officer and you have more fish than you're supposed to, or something like that, or you have the right amount of fish, but they're different kinds of fish, they can tell by the skin what kind of fish you have. If you don't have that, then that's fine. So here you would cut down and cut through that skin. I'm not going to because I'm at home, they're already transported, and the conservation officers were with us. All right, there you go. That's garbage, and now you have a perfect piece of fish to eat. There's one fillet.